Do you frequently notice pain in your neck and back areas? Having poor posture might be a possible reason for this issue. But don't worry. Today I'll show you how you can improve your posture and reduce your pain in the long term with just a few minutes of effort each day. Join in right now and discover how you can effectively train yourself for a healthy posture in the long term. The goal of the first exercise is to release the tightness here in the front, as this leads to significant shortening. With all the sitting, we end up more and more in a sway back posture, and we want to get out of that. So now, do the following. I'll turn to the side so you can get a better view of what I'm doing. Begin by taking half step back with your right leg. Then, place your left hand on your belly button area and use your right hand to check your buttocks. What you want to do now is the opposite of sitting. So go ahead, and now the exercise begins. You're gradually moving your torso backward, gently letting your navel pull back while your groin smoothly moves forward. And then you begin to notice a stretching sensation starting at the inner side of your thigh, quite high up near the top, as it gradually intensifies. That's the hip flexor you're feeling, which in our experience drastically shortens and becomes overstretched from long periods of sitting. We patiently pull until it really tightens, as this process tends to take quite a bit of time. Fascia research suggests that it takes the first 30 seconds for the fascia to begin to release. And then you begin to notice how it keeps shifting further back. Ensure that you engage your pelvis in the movement so you don't overextend from above the pelvis area. The pelvis should be part of the movement. Stay in position and you'll feel the stretch much more intensely. Now remain standing like this. And step forward with your right foot. Your right foot is inclined to smoothly glide forward across the ground. Then relax again and move further into the stretch. Very good. Again, there's a sensation where your right foot wants to glide forward along the surface, but it can't achieve this motion because you're firmly standing on it, which keeps it securely anchored to the ground. But this tensing up, that's precisely the strength training we truly need. Then you relax again and gradually push the groin area further forward while overstretching just a little bit more. And once again, the foot wants to move forward. Push yourself just enough so that it still feels comfortable. Then relax a bit more and go a little further into the stretch. And then slowly come back out. Move slowly because you'll notice how intense this stretch is. The hip flexor is a really strong, thick muscle that requires some gentle persuasion and patience before it actually becomes flexible and starts to give in. I'll turn around now so you can see what I'm doing on the other side. Now you should take a step back halfway with your left leg. And place your right hand back on your belly button to better maintain control over your pelvis. Position your left hand on the lower part of your buttock at the hip joint level. And then gradually push your groin area forward using your left hand, while you guide your entire torso back with a controlled movement centered on your belly button. Keep going further back. You can best observe this in the whole body area. Nicely further and further backward. Navel shifting to the back, groin moves to the front. And it pulls again on the inner side. At the upper part of the thigh, into the groin area. Focus on breathing deeply and mindfully. Take a deep breath in, slowly exhale, gently push it in a little more. Continue increasing gradually. And now we are also starting our strength training once more. Your left foot desires to slide forward along the ground surface. Feel free to apply a bit of strength while doing that movement. as the rest of your body stays perfectly steady. Relax once more, release any tension, and gently deepen your stretch further. And once again, your left foot would actually prefer to move forward just once more. Loosen up and use your left hand to push the groin a bit further forward. Gently draw your navel backwards, guided by your right hand. And once again, your left foot is keen to make a forward movement. Allow yourself to fully relax and extend even further into the stretch. And slowly come back up. You can really feel how intensely it stretches. Walk around a little and get a sense of it. You may already start noticing a difference. Because we specifically and carefully targeted one side first and then followed with the other side. And now let's transition down to the floor into the 4-point position. Ensure your knees are positioned wide enough to maintain stability. The thighs should be vertical, and at this point, you extend your hands forward, positioning them so that the spread apart thumbs touch each other lightly. It's important now to fully extend your elbows. Stretch them completely, so they're fully locked straight. Keep checking regularly, as the most common mistake with this exercise, which reduces its effectiveness, is having your elbows bent. You must ensure they remain stretched out and then gradually work your way forward with the upper part of the sternum continuously moving further and further towards the knees. Yes, instead of going downward, gradually shift the top part of your sternum so that it moves more towards your knees. You'll gradually become aware of how it seems to slightly pull your arms a bit further outwards from your shoulders. Breathe in and out deeply, because that's especially important for you. Because the entire rib cage then moves and reshapes. And that's exactly what we aim for, because we really want to free up the neck, straighten the rounded back, and improve overall alignment. All that happens in this exercise when done correctly. Elbows fully extended, and the top of the sternum wants to move toward the knees. Then press down as hard as you can with both hands against the ground, keeping the rest of your body completely still. Relax. Pull the upper part of your sternum towards your knees and try to lift your hands upwards. Then you'll start to notice that you can go even deeper, bringing the sternum down even further towards the knees. Make sure that your elbows stay fully extended the entire time. And once again, you're pressing with maximum possible strength against the floor using both of your hands. Loosen and gently draw the upper part of the sternum towards your knees. And then gradually ease out. Finally, lie down relaxed on your back. With your knees slightly bent, gently reach with both fingertips into the narrow gap between skull and floor. Continue to bring your chin further in the direction of your larynx. Now gently lower your lumbar spine, then tilt the entire pelvis once more, just as we practiced during the exercise a moment ago. And you hold that position with great effort, just for a brief moment. Keep it really straight. Lower your chin a little. The lumbar spine is trying to make contact with the ground. Then you start to relax again. And slowly come up. What I would find really interesting is if you could leave a comment about how your pain develops over time, and especially if you notice any changes in your posture. And if you go ahead and click here, you'll discover the 4 most common mistakes people make with back pain.